Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Property Management 101, and for today's video, we're going to be reviewing a topic that's definitely growing in the industry, and it's one that's going to be probably questioned more and more. Will property managers be replaced by AI? This is probably a subject that we'll be reviewing again in the future, maybe even multiple times, as AI is always growing and changing and evolving and even offering different features for their clients. I think the first topic or area you want to look at if you want to help answer the question, will property managers be replaced by AI, is looking into what are the duties of a property manager. Here are a list of duties that are commonly done by property managers on a consistent basis. Walk units, inspect their grounds, give tours, hold staff meeting, audit your maintenance shop or your maintenance closet for your supplies, provide keys to move-ins. And there's a lot of safety areas too that you need to inspect on a regular basis as a property manager. Things like first aid kits, fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detector, fire safety cabinets are all things as a property manager you want to inspect on a regular basis to ensure your property or properties are in a good, safe position. One thing that you'll notice about every item I just mentioned as far as duties that property managers consistently perform or have to perform is that none of those could be replaced by AI. So that's something to consider when you're addressing this question, will property managers be replaced by AI? If you're enjoying this video and you're learning something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. The second thing you want to consider when answering the question, will property managers be replaced by AI, is you want to consider the legal and regulation side of the industry. As property managers, one of the things that we're commonly involved in is the legal side of the industry, as well as things that we're regulated by. You want to consider a few things like if you're taken to court or if you have to take a resident to court for an eviction, maybe for non-payment or for failure to follow their lease and have multiple lease violations. Also, you want to consider things like required licenses and certifications that may be required in your area. I know in a lot of states you are required to have either a real estate license or a certified property manager to execute leases, for example, or perform other duties. So this is another aspect that really can't be really easily replaced by AI. Another thing when it comes to how we're regulated is for different things like permits that are required for certain projects. Also, oftentimes in certain areas, you may have city inspectors or maybe your state inspectors inspect your property for a situation like Section 8 or any other affordable programs as well. This is often another scenario where you may be required to perform as a property manager. And all these things that we just talked about that you're regulated by or you're required to have a certification or license on cannot easily be replaced by AI. And for my conclusion and tools on this subject, in my opinion, in the subject of AI, that they're not going to be replacing property managers anytime soon, if ever. There could be certain tasks or jobs of a property manager that are replaced by AI, but as I mentioned, with all the details and duties that property managers are required to perform, as we've spoken about earlier in this video, I just do not see overall AI replacing every functionality and every duty of what a property manager does. But I really do believe that AI is a great tool for property managers. It's going to make their day more efficient. It's going to really raise their service and standard that they're providing to their investors. So I do think that AI is something to heavily consider as a company or as a property manager as far as working with in the near future. If you consider the capabilities of AI already, and it's again always evolving, always improving, providing new features to clients, it's one of these things that there's no doubt that AI is going to be a huge part of the property management industry. So understanding AI, understanding what it can do for you, and working with companies that are working with AI products is going to be really important for you to really stay ahead of the game in the property management space. And for a video recap today, you want to consider these areas that we spoke about today when it comes to answering the question, will property managers be replaced by AI? The first thing you want to consider is really evaluate what do property managers do. As discussed, there are lots of duties that a property manager performs on a consistent basis that would be never easily replaced or ever replaced by AI. The second thing you really want to consider is the legal side and the regulated side of the property management industry. So think about all the different things that we're regulated by, or we have to have license for, or certifications for. And that's actually a growing area as the industry as well. More and more states and more areas are requiring more certifications, more licensing to perform property management. So this will be really important to consider, as well as AI is not going to be able to replace those required things like certifications, licenses, and permits. And the last thing I discussed is really my conclusion, as well as the tools. So keep in mind, AI is a great tool for the property management industry. You want to embrace it. You want to learn as much as you can. You want to work with companies that are utilizing AI, because it's really going to help you really raise your standard and raise the service that you provide to your investors. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. Before putting any of these practices into place, please watch our updated disclosure video, as well as our updated why we do this video, which is the channel's why. And I'll be providing a link to both of those in the video description. And to stay on top of industry news, polls, and video releases, please feel free to connect with our LinkedIn and our Instagram page. If you have any questions about this video or any of our videos, feel free to leave a comment. I'll be happy to address it for you. Happy leasing!